JTH here.
Mr. Tails the Hero.
And we are going on to part 2 of Pinkie Pie's Sweet Picnic.
I fucking... Incest and now Fuda, I fucking hate you. I don't trust you no more.
Well, look on the bright side. We have something great coming up for our 200th video.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we do have something pretty good.
And like we said before, we are not going to spoil it. We are going to make you wait like the evil bastards we are. Not like the first time. Remember, we announced that we would do Illuminati for our 100th video?
Yeah.
Unlike that, we are not spoiling our 200th video special.
You'll find out when it comes out.
Yes, you will.
Probably later today.
Maybe. But it's a pretty long story.
Well,
we're only going to tell you that much, that the story is long. So here we go with part 2 of Pinkie Pie's Sweet Picnic.
Yep.
Yeah! Pinkie said while licking her lips. The hot tension building up. Fluttershy lowered her head while resting her hooves on Pinkie's legs, spreading them apart and making her relax as she engulfed one of Pinkie's balls into her mouth. Alright. Gently getting the other as well before moaning and licking onto both of them at the same time. See, I told him that I do like the testicle play because, personally, I do find the testicles, when they're played with, it's very nice.
Whatever you say,
back
man.
Bent upwards at
Whatever
the
you
she
say.
squirmed around, breathing heavier and blushing harder. Fluttershy licked along the length of the bottom to the top before closing her mouth around the tip and then got as much into her mouth as she could manage, bobbing her head up and down repeatedly, moaning and slurping onto the hot member. All the attention had made Pinkie rock hard, and the tickling growing stronger as Fluttershy only increased the speed of sucking, and slurping sounds only turning her more on than she already was. Fluttershy! No.
Try again.
Fluttershy! Yeah, I'm about to pop! Fluttershy's ears
Good way to put it since you're a
upwards as she
party pony.
understood there wasn't much time left, which only made her go even rougher. Pinkie's moans turned louder. Her breathing was getting faster and she began to get very hot all over, feeling the buildup nearing its end of first act. Fluttershy refused to let go of Pinkie's party cannon.
Party cannon is an official weapon, remember?
Only to look
She
up
used
and
it against
see
the
all the
changelings.
hot action making Pinkie reveal her nearing orgasm face, much to Fluttershy's satisfaction. Fluttershy was doing great. Well, almost too great. As Pinkie let out a last big moan and the hot juices streamed from her like a fountain. Fluttershy's eyes widened as she squeaked as her cheeks got filled to the limit. But she managed to close her lips all around Pinkie's member without spilling a drop. Each new squirt Pinkie made was thick and very hot. And, surprisingly, a bit sugary instead of salty. Fluttershy closed her eyes and relaxed her throat.
Wow.
And she gulped down everything Pinkie could give her. Gulping down Pinkie's hot sauce had made Fluttershy erect again. But she didn't want to be selfish, so she finished cleaning up Pinkie Pie before asking anything. Did I do good? Fluttershy asked shyly. Pinkie was panting with her tongue hanging out with a smile. She looked down at Fluttershy and nodded. It was amazing! It felt like a bazillion times better than when I tried to clop it off myself! Clop. Her member throbbed in excitement. Already? They just finished. Like, you know, like after you fab, it just goes down. It doesn't stay hard. Maybe if you're lucky it does, but it just doesn't do that. I guess Fluttershy must be really attractive.
Maybe. Whatever.
But, you know, there's something else I think would feel even better than that. And for the both of us at the same time.
Oh no.
She gave Fluttershy a kinky look, as she knew Fluttershy was still in the mood.
No.
What is the... Oh my... Fluttershy meeped and blushed greatly. As Pinkie Pie had spread her butt cheeks apart, revealing her big, firm, pinkalicious booty. A small hole.
The way you said that was funny.
Yet soft.
Alright.
It's a little bit. It only made Fluttershy even more eager to dig into it. Pinkie, can I really? Oh yeah! This pie still needs some sweet filling, and only yours will do, Fluttershy. A hot wave came over Fluttershy as she heard Pinkie's words.
Not gonna lie, that was actually kind of kinky.
Her nostrils by bare, aroused arousement.
You realize this is basically gay sex, right?
And yes, almost begging her to do whatever she desired. Pinkie Pie was for her taking.
Not that I have a problem with that.
Fluttershy wouldn't waste any more time and crawled close to Pinkie to get into position, very carefully trying to guide her tip into Pinkie's pie hole. Pinkie's pie hole, as she bit her lower lip. Pinkie and Fluttershy both let out gentle moans once they were connected. Pinkie letting out a small whine. Are you alright, Pinkie? I didn't hurt you, did I? Fluttershy's concern for her friend's whine made her almost panic. She didn't want to spoil this by any chance. Pinkie bit her lip and smiled back to Fluttershy. It's okay. You're Mr. Wee Wee. You're Mr. Wee Wee and my Miss Pie have just met. They just have to get to know each other a little better. Pinkie then gave Fluttershy a little thrust.
Good way to put it, I guess.
Get Pinkie more used to Fluttershy's size. Fluttershy let out a surprised gasp and almost fell onto Pinkie, but managed to stop herself with her hooves against the ground so they would be facing each other.
Thank
You
God.
know, I consider both of them very lucky that they're able to climax twice, because I know they're going to climax again.
Yeah, you can
I
tell.
consider both of them very fortunate that they're able to climax twice in the same session. I mean, I've never actually had intercourse, but I'm assuming that even if that was the case, I would only be able to ejaculate once. You know?
Yeah, more than likely.
So, you know, I always found these stories a little strange how they could just keep continuously just produce all of this semen. You know, it doesn't make much sense. Maybe if you're a horse, it works. I don't know, but
I don't know
in
either.
human terms, it's not so great.
I did some reading. I'll tell you about it later.
So they'd be
I
facing
got
each other,
curious
Pinkie and
when I was
Fluttershy
younger. I
looking
was
into
just
their partner's eyes.
Hmm.
Pinkie smiling and kissing Fluttershy right away, dragging her closer and wrapping her hind legs around Fluttershy, forcing her to go even deeper, making Pinkie moan into the kiss. See, now that sounds hot.
Yeah,
This
actually,
made
it kind of
Fluttershy
does.
moan too, but she finally got working, starting out gently and calmly, getting used to the tight warmth that was wrapped around her. She kept thrusting in this rhythm for a while, kissing back the pink mare as they locked lips once again and their tongues met in endless twirls and kinky nibbles. The passion builded. The passion built.
There we
The
go.
atmosphere was just right, so the Pegasus began to drill deeper into the naughty party mare. Pinkie encouraged Fluttershy to go even further. Oh yes. Oh, sweet Celestia. Please don't stop. Sorry, I'm not doing those things. It's not my
If it's not your thing, keep
Pinkie's
going.
moans were like sweet music to Fluttershy's ears. Sweet, very arousing music. I lost my place again. The Pegasus held Pinkie closer as she humped away, going rougher and deeper. Pinkie wrapped her hind legs around Fluttershy to intensify the moment coming up, kissing Fluttershy deeply and moaning more, sweating and preeing from the hot loving she was. Oh, not that. From the hot loving she was receiving. Fluttershy went faster, now going so fast it made Pinkie's sexy pink booty jiggle with each thrust. Oh goodness! Fluttershy moaned out, still thrusting into Pinkie Pie's hole. Pinkie was moaning along with her, still erect from last time. Fluttershy let out a little grunt and began to slow down. Pinkie, I can't wait any longer. I'm sorry, I just simply can't. She cried out in desperation and threw herself beside Pinkie. Pinkie's eyes widened as the sudden change of roles and blushed dark red as she looked over at Fluttershy, who was now too much in heat but now to wait for her turn. Oh God. I want you so badly. I've never been this worked up before. Please, buck my naughty little bunny hole as much as you like.
Oh my
I'm all
God.
yours. Oh, Fluttershy, taking control. Fluttershy couldn't believe what she was
Just the
saying,
way you
but it was
worded
true.
that.
Her long-awaited turn couldn't be postponed any longer.
Damn.
She needed it immediately. Pinkie just smiled and said, "Okie dokie Loki," granting the needy Pegasus wish. Gently
Wow.
leaning over Fluttershy,
Had to use
guiding
one of your
her
classic
softly
phrases.
to her love. When Pinkie thrusted into her, they both moaned out again. Fluttershy couldn't contain her excitement. Ah! Oh yes! 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 Love me,
Damn.
Pinkie!
That's
Love
actually
me
pretty.
hard!
That's actually a pretty
She
good
moaned
voice
out
there.
loudly,
Yeah,
clinging
she-
tightly onto Pinkie. Pinkie's thrusts started out gently,
So
then
cool,
going
man.
faster until
Did you do what I
passion
think you
with each
just did?
movement.
What?
The
Breathe?
tender, sweet
Yeah.
love between
So
them
Oh,
grew
hard.
longer
I thought you weren't into Fuda.
Fluttershy attempted to keep her moans
it's
down,
interesting, I'll
biting
give
her
it
lower
that.
lip and closing
Oh, okay.
her eyes, occasionally sighing out Pinkie's name. Pinkie took advantage of the opportunity and began to whisper into Fluttershy's ear, while still moving her smoothly. Yeah, you like Pinkie's lollipop.
Oh, for
She
crap's
half
sakes.
moaned out, arousing her not-so-shy friend to no end. Oh, yes, Mama loves it, she said back in her moaning sweet tone, licking her lips, getting wilder as she thrust it back at Pinkie. Feeling Fluttershy's thrust, the pink mare got the impression her friend wanted it even rougher.
Fluttershy? Really?
Picking up the pace. But Fluttershy wasn't satisfied yet, and she grabbed around Pinkie Pie and pushed her back, now lying on top, biting her lower lip as she began to slam herself down on Pinkie, forcing Pinkie's sensitive tip to go all the way in with each move. Fluttershy! Ah! For once, Pinkie's senses didn't warn her about this sudden move. As she
Pinkie
slowly laid
senses.
her hooves on Fluttershy's hips and grinned her teeth, barely able to make a straight face while the wild Pegasus had her way. Oh, God. I guess, my screech that I just did wasn't quite capturing enough of the moment. I mean, it's in all caps.
No.
And I'm not good at Pinkie Pie yelling, so, Anyways, she's having a good time, and it's really passionate, and I don't want you to get the sense that it's very chaotic, so I'm gonna try that one more time. Fluttershy! Ah!
There we go.
Fluttershy suddenly went faster, her own love grown tender once
That didn't
again,
sound chaotic
feeling
at
the
all.
final climax approaching. Oh, yes! Fill me up! Mama wants her Pinkie cream filling! Pinkie's last
God.
and biggest finish was nearing too, the tickling in her tip begging to release inside the soft, hot, warm Pegasus that was wrapped so nicely around her. Gonna come, can't hold it. Ah! Pinkie was hugging her friend tightly, pressing her head against the soft coat-covered chest on her friend, thrusting balls deep into her as she came, and kept coming inside of the hot yellow Pegasus, pumping every last drop that had been saved up into her, experiencing a warmth and release so sweet and perfect, it almost made her dizzy. Fluttershy wrapped her hooves around her pink friend, letting out quiet moans with each filling. Never felt so sexy and satisfied before. They were both huffing and moaning afterwards, lying down beside each other on the messy carpet. A little while afterwards, they were snuggling and comforting each other passionately, giggling and playfully kissing each other. Pinkie was resting in Fluttershy's hooves, now both lying down and resting from the naughty session. Fluttershy nuzzled Pinkie's mane. Pinkie? Would you, like to have another picnic sometime? That is, if you don't mind. Pinkie responded with a quiet giggle and rubbed the underside of her head against Fluttershy's chin. You know I'm always up for a good party. I'd love to.
Oh my
Pinkie
gosh.
then pressed her lips against Fluttershy's, giving the other a little goodnight kiss as they both dozed off on the sunny hill, taking the well-deserved rest after having the hottest picnic ever. The end.
Well, that's the end of that.
The hell, man. The hell.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it at the end. I won't lie. I'll admit I enjoyed it.
At least he fixed that screech of his.
Yeah.
That was funny, though.
Anyway.
Anyways, we will see you in our 200th video special, and like I said, we are not spoiling it. We are making you wait like the evil bastards we are. This is JTH,
And Mr. Tel Zero.
and we will see you in our 200th video special.
Bye-bye.